Alrighty, what to play today? Oh my. Perfect. So I just got done with a relatively speaking huge video on Digimon World Next Order, and now I am tired. So I need something just to get that game out of my system. You know, I just thought that game was too good. You know what I mean? I need a game that will show my whole audience and everyone on YouTube how truly not smart I am as a media analyst. A game that will get this video so many views, like 1 billion views, will make me bigger than Mr. Beast. And I think I just found it. Today I got a very special game for all of you today. One I've been needing to cover since even before I did my Yokai Watch Blasters video. I'm of course talking about the myth, the legend, Frogger the Great Quest. Some of you are probably wondering, Ghostem from the Ghostem show. Why have I never heard of this game? Oh, is your head shoved up way too far of your look? If you would give me a minute, I could probably get to the point already. So here's my personal history with this game. Picture this, it was the year 2020. I was sitting at home watching YouTube videos on my Nintendo Switch because at the time I did not have a computer, and I was sitting at home watching YouTube videos, as I said, because well, it was 2020. I then saw a YouTube channel I follow called Nitro Rap, which is a channel I absolutely love, uploaded a new video on the game we're talking about, Frogger the Great Quest. I looked at that thumbnail for a single second and I thought, yeah, I have to watch this immediately. So I watched that video, and it kind of just, after that I kind of just forgot the game for like a year, and then I got a PS2 the following year, and I forgot about it for like another 2 years. Wow, 2021 was 2 years ago. I am getting old. 2 years later, I was in a half-price books, and I saw Frogger the Great Quest for like $5, and I said, yeah, I need this because this game looks absolutely amazing. So I took it home, and something just started to happen. All the rivers stopped flowing. My third eye opened, and I became a being beyond this known universe. Okay, I don't even know why I'm saying any of this. Essentially, the Funny Frog game changed my life. This is not necessarily a review. This game is beyond the capabilities of being reviewed under the traditional sense. Think of this video more as a documentation of this amazing masterpiece that redefined industry. I'm by no means the first person to ever do a video on this game, but I just thought it would be a real missed opportunity to not do a video on this game. So we're doing it now. Warning before we get into this game. Prolonged exposure to this amazing masterpiece that redefined industry may cause your own third eye to open and for you to see things you probably aren't ready to see yet, so keep that in mind. Oh, so the game is published by Konami. Huh, they are a company that's never done anything wrong in their career. No. Do not search them up because there's totally nothing wrong about them. Oh, why'd you do that? Papa Yeti Studios, huh? That's an interesting studio name. I bet this was a cover-up that Konami didn't want us to know they made Frogger the Great Quest. Well, maybe that's not that good of a theory because they put their name all over this thing. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to put their name on this thing. If I worked on this game, I would definitely put it above my resume. Alrighty, here we are at the title screen. Looks absolutely amazing. The scroll looking like a clip art. Those trees, they're totally not JPEGs. And Frogger giving you that look. It all just screams quality, doesn't it? Let's begin this game. First off, this cutscene is one of the greatest openings to any video game. First off, these character designs, brilliant. I love them. They look like they were taken out of Shrek's swamp and run over a tractor. They totally don't gross me out. This game also has some of the greatest voice acting of all time in any artistic medium. Take a listen for yourself.
How y'all are, Frog? Okay, I guess. This can't be the only jambalaya being served, Lumpy. I want to zap new bugs, swim new streams, be frog loose and froggy free, and quit getting needled by that mosquito gang. But that world out there is not.
The voice acting in this game is amazingness, which is totally a real word that I totally didn't just make up. Yeah, the voice acting in this game totally doesn't make me want to take an ear loaf and shove it into my ear way too far than the recommended amount. Suddenly, these two kids pop up for no reason, and also this one kid is voiced by Tails.
All's well that ends well, right?
So the kids suddenly start talking about some princess, and this is Frogger's reaction to that.
But she was so happy to see the dead dragon, she picked up the frog and kissed it. Poof! The frog turned into a prince.
We got ourselves a thumbnail, boys. Suddenly some mosquitoes appear for some reason, and then they chase the kids out of the forest with some of the greatest flying animation I've ever seen in my life.
Bonjour! Oh no, he's friend.
Okay, everybody, none of this matters because we get one of the greatest lines written in any artistic medium.
That's it! A wish upon a falling star. I wish I may, I wish I must find a princess before I bust.
When I say this game is an amazing masterpiece that redefined industry, I truly mean it. Some of the greatest writing I've ever heard in a video game. Suddenly out of nowhere, a fairy pops up named Fairy Frogmother. Ha ha, funny joke.
And last but not least, the most important gift, that of protection. Now you cannot die while in pursuit of Princess Hot Lips. What?
Obviously, this is just a really weird way of explaining why you die and then come back to life, but like, I thought that was, like a universally accepted thing in games. I don't really remember ever needing an explanation to why that happens, and also it's even weirder considering Frogger is now literally incapable of dying now! And now we're off on our great quest. Aren't you excited for the rest of this game? It's obvious by this opening cutscene we're in a true work of art. Dare I say, this game is an amazing masterpiece that redefined industry. We now finally begin this game and pause the music. Let's appreciate this work of art. The low-res textures, the fact the water doesn't move, the character models look like they're straight out of a Nintendo 64 game, even though this is on the PlayStation 2, all very ahead of its time. First off, the controls do not feel responsive, which is great. Don't you just hate it in really good games where they have really responsive controls that make controlling the character actually fun? In this game, it feels like I can't jump on that platform half the time, and that's how it should be. Wait, doesn't this game seem a little familiar? Okay, I know I'm not the first person to point this out, but this game is simply not the most original. It's a ripoff of some fairly unknown game. I don't think any of you have heard of it. It's called Rayman 2. I can picture the meeting right now. We'll have the greatest game of all time. And the other worker says, what are we gonna do? And then the other worker says, we're gonna make it a bootleg Rayman 2 with all its amazing art. Alrighty, you get to be the CEO of the company. And that's how Konami died. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Hey, we just finished Frogger the Great Quest's first level. Wasn't that exciting? I no. And then we start up the second stage, and this is what you immediately hear some of the greatest voice acting of all time.
Oh yeah! Come to daddy! Don't get excited!
They placed that voice line there for you to intentionally hear it. Anyways, these next few levels are some of the most amazingness levels ever created. That is totally a real word that I didn't just make up. I have to always reiterate this. So this level mainly involves us helping Charmin Ultra Soft Bear to give him some honey. So we go to the bees to get our delicious honey and take it back to the Charmin Ultra Soft Bear, and we can continue. We enter our next beautiful, amazing masterpiece, the redefined industry level. And wait a minute, this looks like a more bright and colorful version of that area from like Digimon World Next Order. Digimon reference, number 1. Check. Oh yeah, I just remembered. I forgot to mention the combat system. This is one of the greatest combat systems of all time. And back to the stage, it is totally not a confusing maze-like area that's extremely hard to navigate. I'm totally not being sarcastic.
Also, I don't know, I just wanted another haha funny loud joke, please. Please let me have it here. It's just like I love doing these loud jokes.
So I guess we just like wander around for a bit, and then we come across this crocodile dude with, again, just some of the greatest voice acting I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, please tell me where the princess is.
The river princess?
Can I meet the princess?
You want to see the river princess? Well, you're standing on her, silly.
And then we get a boss fight, which I'm not even going to discuss how amazing this boss fight is. I'm just going to let it speak for itself.
Stop that!
Ah! Ah!
Stop that! Wow, you done whooped me good, boy.
Okay, here we are in our next wonderful, amazing masterpiece, the redefined industry stage. We have to discuss to this like fairy that's apparently like sick or something, so we have to go get him this key or something that's on this like rooftop. It's like pseudo exciting, definitely Frogger the Great Quest. Also, by the way, this is what the fairy looks like.
Oh my Okay, so I guess we're doing these really loud things, so I guess we have to go get some, like, a clover thing, I don't really know anymore, and then we went in here, it's not the real one? Oh, I thought they were being really clever with this one, but they were redefining the industry, so we have to go back, get the real clover, and we can complete this stage. Alrighty, next stage, we gotta jump on top of some mushrooms, and also there's a weird looking cow. Oh.
Okay, I will stop. I will stop. I regret this. Well, fear not, everybody, because it's fairy time! We see these fairies that totally did not inspire nightmares in the children that played this 20 years ago, staring you down. Please stop. I want to sleep tonight. In order to see our princess, we need to get some seeds planted and do some other things. But wait a minute, that music...
Frogger sounds like music. What a con.
The fairies then force Frogger to go into some cave where it says warning scorpions, so it makes sense the only thing you'll be fighting are snakes and spiders, and then after that the Grim Reaper for like no reason. And apparently this whole time the Grim Reaper was Frogger in some Luke Skywalker moment. My brain hurts. And then he goes to like the fairies and he says he saw himself, and this is what the fairies say.
Yeah, he saw himself! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm sorry, I used the Sammy Classic Sonic fan clip like 2 videos in a row. I just couldn't miss on that opportunity. And then it's never mentioned ever again. True masters of the craft of writing. I am serious. And then the fairies decide they want to play hide and seek. And then the fairies make us go talk to this cat dragon thing that sounds like Shrek. And we have to go through this challenge arena, I guess. Yes, it is very entertaining gameplay. Okay, none of this matters because the fairies want to play tag. Let's go, everybody. Woo! Wait a minute. We came here in the spring. We came out of the caves in the summer. We came out of the Dragon's Lair in the fall. Oh. That means Frogger's been like spending multiple months in the caves and the Dragon's Lair for the supposed promise of a princess.
For what reason, we don't know. Their goals transcend beyond traditional human understanding. This is one of the greatest video game stories.
Well, actually there is a princess, but quote unquote, it's not the princess, so we move on.
Murder Museum!
Alrighty, next level. It's another cave, but this time it actually has scorpions. And there's like also this thing that has some of the greatest AI ever programmed. I guess there's also like this thing. It's kind of neat. Okay, so we're suddenly here. We meet up with this mad scientist, which once again has some of the greatest voice acting I've ever heard in a video game.
Geeky, take him to the guest room.
Suddenly Gruntilda appears from Banjo-Kazooie. Not really per se, she's the legally distinct one. We find the mad scientists in the lab and they have a thing called the Metal Chicken Ray, which is like some reference to Metal Gear Solid. I wouldn't get it because like I've never played any of those games, so yeah. Do I need to say any more? So during this boss fight, you gotta destroy these machines, which the game never tells you this because it's that amazing. Who needs a logical explanation on how to do something? Am I right?
Okay, this is pissing me off.
Okay, so I guess this is a game rated E for everyone. Alrighty, next stage. Wait a minute, is that my Yotismon? And that is Digimon reference number 2 now. So I don't know, you just run away from this Dracula guy for a bit because he wants to drink her blood or something, but no, apparently he just drinks fruit juice. Shoo, that was a close one. And then just Dracula leaves for the door in this game's absolute amazingness. I'm totally not being sarcastic. What even is sarcasm? And then you run around for a bit doing absolutely nothing because this game is absolutely amazingness. Stop it. Help me. This game is too good. we wander around with this like zombie thing, I guess. That like at the speed of sound. Isn't that? Alrighty, next level. Looks absolutely amazing. And you wanna know what it is? It's a directionless maze. That's what it is. So you'll be wandering around here for hours on end trying to figure out where to go. I love when games do this. It makes you enjoy it for much longer than expected. Also, this happens for no reason.
You're good for nothing! I'm gonna cock ya! Son of a... You listen to me when I'm talking to you. Do you hear me? Yes, dear.
Alrighty, we enter another level, and once again, it's a beautiful, amazing masterpiece that redefined industry level. Why do I keep on making the same jokes over and over and over again? Is it happening? Oh boy, my third eye is opening. I'm seeing into the colors of the universe. The colors.
Honestly, I can't believe how complex 500 questions is. 500.
Okay, I have no idea what happened there, but let's continue. Once again, it's another amazing level. The combat here is on the same level as Dark Souls. Here we are at the final level of the game, and this is one of the greatest work of art in any video game. And there's multiple points in this stage where you can accidentally backtrack to a previous area. So once again, you're wandering around here for hours. Isn't that fun? And now it is the time for the final boss that looks a lot like Le Markiplier. I don't know, put some Five Nights at Freddy's joke on, I don't really know anymore. Now, it is time, for real this time, for the final boss. This final boss pushes you to the limits. It will test all of your skills you have learned in this amazing masterpiece that redefined industry video game. It is one of the greatest final bosses of all time, and I just already beat it. Well, just be glad now. You got an easy win on your hand. This boss fight could have been a whole lot tougher. And also, that was a really terrible final boss. The princess kisses Frogger, and apparently he was a real human this whole time. Who would have thought? We didn't get a post-credit scene where Markiplier returns for a sequel that sadly never happened. Okay, let's break away from the jokes for a bit. You saw all the terrible glitches, the awful writing, and just everything. It's the sort of game that only comes around once or twice every single console generation, and that's why I love it. I love this game for just the fact of how unironically funny it is. Like, the game is not intentionally funny, it's just unironically funny. All the glitches and everything just make it so comedic. It's the sort of game you see for like $5 and you're like, oh, let's pick this up, and you bring it home and you just laugh at everything. That's the kind of game it is. I say a blind playthrough is the best option, but I know that's kind of impossible because you literally watched this whole video. But if you just skipped all the way here to this part, even if you watched the whole video, still, just go play this game. It is just an amazing experience. It's not even a good game, as I've already said. Just play it. You will be, even if you watch the whole video, you would be amazed. Anyways, my name is Ghostim, and I'll see you next time.